Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to my Let's Play of DROD, Shield Carrier Really Big Sword, a custom hold by Insoluble. Last time was our first episode, and I got the first level done, so now let's move on to the second level. Ooh, a cutscene. I will try my best to do a bit of voice acting. In fact, maybe I'll just read out the text. I'm not sure whether I should A, embarrass myself, and B, put you through the horror that is my voice acting skills. So yeah, I think maybe I'll just read out the speech so as to fill the air. But I mean, if you want to, if these cutscenes are fairly long, then you might want to just skip to the puzzles if that's all you're interested in. I'll start from the next piece of speech. Maybe we should hire him. Got me thinking though, I don't know. I guess I just haven't been feeling the job lately. Well, you need to start. We've got a tight schedule and you're needed for another assignment. Sorry about the Caravan Net chat, by the way. Unfortunately, I can't just space that away like I ordinarily would. Otherwise, I will skip the remainder of this cutscene. About that, I've decided it's time for 859th Critic to take on some of the more intense assignments. She'll be accompanying you for this one. 859? There's no way she's ready for Mr. Twiddles yet. She's only about halfway through her training, and besides, you know how she is. She's got to start sometime. Look, you'll be there with her in case anything goes wrong. It'll be your chance to prove to yourself that you still have what it takes. Oh. Hello again. What do you want? Just thought I'd mention that you did a pretty good job dealing with some of those monsters back there. You'd make a decent delver. Hang on. Hey, no hard feelings. Can't you take a compliment? I'm a critic. I don't deal in compliments. Suit yourself. I'm going to warn you though, if you're heading below, there's a bunch of unruly monsters down there. Sorry, my B-throw, I know, is absolutely terrible. You probably shouldn't go unarmed. Maybe take a stick or something for protection. A stick? Yeah, you know, for protection. Here, I got some extras. You could even take two. One for each hand. I really don't... I know you can handle yourself pretty well, but a good delver always keeps a weapon at hand for protection. Preferably a really big sword. Trademark. But I only got one of those at the moment, and I can't lend it out. Look, I'm not even a delver. I got two for you. You'd be pretty menacing with a stick in each hand. Ugh, fine. Maybe just the right hand. Bit of a canonical error, I think. Maybe just a grammatical one. I mean, B3 says he only has one really big sword to hand right now. I'm pretty sure there's only one really big sword, you know, full stop, right? Pretty sure there's only a really big sword in the Budkin family, and that's it. Like, Gunthrow didn't use a different really big sword from B-Throw, I don't think. I think it's the same one. So, while what B-Throw is saying is technically correct, he does only have one to hand at the moment. I don't think there would ever be a situation, canonically, where he would have multiple really big swords to hand. Right? I'm not sure. Maybe someone can verify that in the comments. Anyway, stick time. Okay, 6 decoys and 6 pressure plates. I wonder what I need to do with these. Yeah, so just toggles. Looks like I need to get the decoys to step on each of the pressure plates. Yeah, the issue is going to be, of course, that I can't... I've got one trip to go from here to here and take all 6 decoys with me. So it's not like I can just, you know, push a decoy up to there and then walk back down because of the arrows. And the other problem, as you might have guessed, is that I can't just push one decoy there, go and grab another decoy, then go and grab another, because they will just burn on the hot tiles, which means I need to create a kind of pushing train with the 6 decoys that I have available to me, which shouldn't be that difficult to set up. And I have a feeling like there are lots of different possibilities for setting up a train of this sort. Like, I don't think the solution is going to be rigid or anything like that. So, yeah. I think the downward facing decoy is the one I want to have at the top of the train, because this decoy isn't really useful for pushing any other decoys, at least not in this section. It'll help us when we're going from west to east, but not when we're going from south to north. So I don't think that one's going to be of any help. So I'm pretty sure that needs to go at the top. And then yeah, actually this that does work. Yeah, okay, that's fine, that works. I think I might have to move this structure though. Yeah, because of the direction these last 2 decoys are facing, I, as the player, am going to need to, to start off the motion, I'm going to need to be standing further east than any of these decoys, and obviously I don't have enough space to push all 6 of these decoys up into this section of the room without getting stuck. So I am going to have to move over these decoys by a couple of squares. So let's just do that. I don't want that to happen. So I think that should work. And then, yeah, this final decoy can just go there. And yeah, all the decoys will now be pushing each other when I move. And thankfully, the only thing that matters in this situation is the orientation. You don't have to worry about movement order of the decoys or anything like that, which you sometimes do have to worry about in like true multi-push rooms. This I'm not sure if I describe as true multi-push, because yeah, it's just more like one thing is pushing another thing, which is pushing another thing, which is pushing another thing. It's not like I don't know, maybe you would define that as multi-push, but it's not. I don't necessarily think of this as multi-push as such. This is slightly off though. Yeah, there we go. And cool. Yeah, so now we just need to set this up again, but horizontally. So again, I'm going to want the west-facing decoy to be at the front of the train, just because, again, it doesn't really offer anything. It can't push another decoy in the east direction because it's facing west. Okay. That's fine. And then maybe something like that. Yep, that works so far. And then I do need to condense this. I like this setup actually. Oh no, actually I don't need to condense this. The orientation of this southwest facing decoy actually means that I have just enough space to manage this. So I can have that decoy, that south facing decoy there, and then I've got just enough space then to stand in this corner and push all the rest of the decoys like so. And yeah, room done. Not too difficult, like still fun, and you do have to play around a little bit with various combinations, but not too tough, and kind of a nice, you don't see a whole lot of rooms like this, but No, just enough iterations that it didn't get boring, and and obviously because the decoys are a fixed orientation, you do have to figure out a slightly different sort of train structure, I suppose, in order to get over the second set of hot tiles versus the first. So yeah, nice room. Okay, I've got a Fagundo. And yeah, I need to hit these 2 orbs and then have the Fagundo die on this tile. One thing I immediately notice is that when we don't have a speed potion and we do have a weapon, the Fagundo can't navigate this passage here, just because it needs to rotate twice in 1 turn in order to do that. But we do have the stick, which means that we can do that. Very nice. And then when we do wake up the Fagundo, he will then have navigated this little section here, which is nice. I'm presuming it's not... Yeah, the structure of these 2... Neither of those look like... Yeah, I mean, in order to set up this orb, I need the Fagundo to be moving north from this spot. And I can't get the Fagundo into this southwest or this southeast corner of this pit in a way which doesn't kill it. So again, I'm going to have to use my stick. And now, because the Fagundo is stunned, I then have an additional turn to turn my sword. So I can do once and it doesn't do anything because it's stunned. And then on my second turn, then I'm facing north and the Fagundo dies on the on that tile to hit the orb. And then I think I can do a similar thing. A similar thing this time. So I push it into the southwest corner of this pit, and then I'm facing northeast, and then north, and it dies on the hot tile. Cool. Okay, again, pretty simple. Okay. I've got... Yeah, we've got 7 mirrors and 7 plates, so obviously... Yep, we need to put a mirror on each plate. We've only got 3 passes. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got 3 passes of these hot tiles and 7 mirrors. Okay. The immediate issue is that I can only push 2 mirrors over at one time with the setup that we have here. Like, there's no way, I don't think, that I can push like 3 mirrors at once. Yeah, no way, because I can't rotate once I'm standing on these force arrows, and I can't move backwards, and by backwards I mean west, because of the arrows. So I can only get 2 mirrors across at any one time. Okay. So how am I going to get my final mirror across? I'm going to have to do something with the trapdoors. Let me see if I can like fiddle around, because I know how I'm going to get these 6 across, right? I'm just going to push them across like so, come back, push the second set across, come back, push the third set across, and then hopefully have 7 mirrors that I can put on pressure plates. So my issue is the 1 spare mirror. How am I going to get the 1 spare mirror across? So I'm just going to play around with 1, because I don't think, and I'm assuming it has to go on the trapdoors, because there's no way, as I said, there's no way for me to like move the mirror around, an additional mirror around while it's on the hot tiles and I'm on the hot tiles. I guess I could move the mirror around if it's on the hot tiles and I'm on the trapdoors. But, I mean, yeah, there's the only time I'm going to be able to move an additional mirror is while I'm standing on these trapdoors. Or yeah, or on either of these columns, this column here and this column here. Yeah, it's important to notice stuff like that. I don't actually need to push the mirrors all the way across. I only need to get them to this like 6th column, because then I can be standing here and just pull them off like that. So yeah, that's I don't know if that's gonna help me yet, but like that's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, I want to be trying to... There are 6 tiles here, and I need to get this mirror to the 5th one. We're kind of already on the 2nd one, which means I need to basically push this mirror 4 times. East 4 times. I've only got 2 passes on these trapdoors, which means that I need to be pushing this mirror twice for each pass. Which means that I can't do that, because that's... When I say pushing the mirror twice, I mean pushing the mirror in the eastward direction twice. This has only moved the mirror in the eastward direction once. And then I'd have to move it 3 times next time I made a pass, which is obviously not possible. I think it is possible to do 2, though. Yeah, if I went like this, then I can move it diagonally once. So it's moved 1 square east, step here, and then rotate, so it's moved 2 squares east. So that could be an option. Yeah, but the thing is that now I can only move this tile once east. If I had another square of trapdoors, and I can do the same move again and then do that, and we would be fine. But like, yeah, I've only got 2 passes, so I'm always going to have to step on one of these trapdoors, right? Yeah, so I definitely need to be standing on this trapdoor and have this trapdoor available for the mirror to be pushed onto. And then yeah, then this is this is a bit more interesting. I need this trapdoor to be up. The only way, which would mean that I can't drop either of these trapdoors, because like, if I drop this trapdoor on the first pass, then I'm just gonna have to go and drop that second trapdoor on the second pass like this. So that doesn't help me at all. And obviously doing stuff like this doesn't do anything, because that's only moving 1 mirror across, and I'm still leaving my other 6, another kind of pair of mirrors on this side. If I do that. Wait. I went like that, right? Is there a way for me to... Yeah, I got it. So, what I said earlier, like I only need the mirrors to get to this 6th column, which means that I can step onto these trapdoors from the 5th column, which allows me to have both of these trapdoors still in place on my second kind of time going over the trapdoors, which will allow me to do the pushing sequence which I'd described earlier. Yeah, that's it. So if we do that, I can move those mirrors to there, and then I can still retrieve them when I'm on this side. Yes, yeah, this is the solution. I think this solution should work. Yeah. I'm happy with this. And then I can actually go all the way to the end. I can grab these two mirrors. I want to make sure I don't push a mirror onto this square though, otherwise it can't be retrieved. And then, now that I've left this trapdoor in place, I can then do that. And now this mirror is also retrievable. And now we have our 7 mirrors available. And yeah, there we go. That was a bit tougher, definitely tougher than the rest of the rooms. The other ones were kind of pretty immediately obvious, but that one took a little bit of thinking. Due to the current trapdoor shortage, the Committee for Trapdoor Conservation asks that you refrain from dropping on the trapdoors in this room. Thank you for your compliance. I wonder if there's another... Is that kind of like a pseudo challenge? Yeah, I think maybe Insoluble didn't include any scripted challenges in here, in this hold. But you like did have like additional challenges like scrolls and stuff that you can get to, or dialogue options, I think, from what I remember from the forum thread. So maybe that was actually like a challenge solution. I wonder what the non-challenge solution was for this room. I don't know. But yeah, this one was cool, really cool. Just making sure you can notice those little, little things. Like, you have an additional space of kind of leverage in one sense. Like, you don't need to step on this trapdoor. The impossibility of pushing the mirror onto this trapdoor, which is like kind of the central tenet of the solution I was trying. That is not impossible. That is perfectly possible, and I did it. And yeah, really fun room. Really enjoyed that one. Take a stick, he says. This stick is totally useless. What kind of protection is this stick supposed to give me anyway? Am I supposed to just poke the vicious monsters to death? Hail, fellow traveller. Humph. I couldn't help but overhear your complaints regarding your inadequacy of your weapon. I'm not sure why I even have this thing. A good stalwart always carries a weapon. I'm not a stalwart, I'm a critic. Nobody's perfect. What would you know about perfection above grounder? It's a critic's job to strive for perfection. And how is that working for you? To be honest, not great. I haven't really been feeling the whole critic thing lately. I can sympathise. Even I, who have risen to the very pinnacle of stalwartiness, have doubted my own stalwartitude at times. Would you believe that at one point I even considered a career in music? Yes, obviously, I, who am as stalwart-terrific as one could possibly be, I could never. Though I have occasionally mused, well, never mind that. You need a weapon with more oomph to it. Try this dagger. I've no need for it. Thanks, I guess. I mean, what is that stalwart even doing? Like, just chilling in the Empire tunnels? I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Stabby time with the dagger. Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. So... Yeah, this is an interesting one. Obviously, platforms move underneath Briar, which it's an interesting concept. Not used very much in terms when people build puzzles, but it can be useful to know. And obviously, because the Wraithwing is flying, the platform also slides underneath the Wraithwing. However, the platform doesn't slide underneath the skipper. It just doesn't. I guess because the skipper's on the same level as the platform. And so in this instance, when I try to move southwest, I make a bump move, like so. And now I can go around and kill the skipper the same way as I did at first. Yeah. I think I've seen widgets kind of similar to this before. And anyway, that one's like, there aren't too many things you can try here. Like, it just is kind of obvious, I suppose, that you need to use a skipper for something. Like, you're always going to be making a diagonal move, or I guess a southern move, in order to stab the Wraithwing. Like, with daggers, you can either bump something or you can like move into their space. So if something was here, then if I stepped one space to the east, they would die. But there's no way this Briar doesn't let you do that. Like, you can't stand here and you can't stand here, which would be the two positions you'd be able to, which you would need to stand in order to make that stabbing move, either like that or like this. And therefore you've got to use the water skipper for something. Hey there! Did you hear the news? I'm super excited. I've never gotten to critique Mr. Twiddles before. I hear he's a bit of a pest though. So what approach should I take? Do you think I should mention his breath? I'm going to mention his breath. Oh man, I'm going to rip him on his breath so bad. Hey, Mr. Twiddles, your breath is so bad it's really somewhat upsetting. 149, do you know any good breath insults? Hi, 859. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess she's just going to stand there and watch. Yeah, okay. Well, I immediately see an issue here. I using the dagger can't, get through this this section of bombs. I don't know. Obviously, the Mimic can, but like, do we need him to? Because I'm pretty sure that once the Mimic gets to the end there, it's not going to be able to do anything to those decoys. I think I need to be here in order to stab those decoys, right? Yeah. So I need to use the Mimic then to push me through this this region of the room. How is this gonna work? I guess like that. Yeah, this is weird. Navigating bombs with the dagger is kind of odd. I can do a pushing move like that. Then, well, in fact, that's not even doing a bump move because I move first. So and then ordinarily the Mimic would push me onto this square, but because there's a wall in the way, it just ends up being a normal move. Then I can use rotation to put me here. And then I'm at least through this section of the room. Right. Okay, so what's happening here? I can't remember exactly how, like... Exactly how the sword processing works with decoys. But I guess because I move before them, I stab them before they stab me. So a move like that works, I suppose. But yeah, stuff like that is a bit weird in terms of like actually thinking about why that works. But if you know it does work, then I suppose it's not a big issue. And yeah, just a simple room showing you how you can use the mimic to navigate the bombs without, you know, without having to rotate to the direction you're moving, like you have to do normally with a dagger. That was a pretty fun one. Bad day? Want to talk about it? Not really. Okay. So the Delver told me I'm not good at insults. But your insults are the best. How could he? You're a critic, don't forget. You shouldn't be doling out praise like that. Right. It's just... What? Your insults are awesome. Okay. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. I'm going to need to be standing on this. Yeah, you can only stand on each of these tiles once. And then... But you need to be able to stab both of these roaches. So this is a similar problem to this room, because if we try and stab the second roach, then we just end up stepping on this tile, and obviously we're trapped. So we're going to have to employ a similar approach, which is just to use a bump move. So what's going on here is that mimics actually replicate what you're doing exactly, rather than just replicating like kind of any sort of what it looks like you're doing. So it doesn't really look like you're doing anything here. It just looks like you're rotating to the right, so clockwise by one turn. The mimic doesn't just do that. It does the same as what you're doing, which is actually bumping to the northeast. And so the mimic then also performs a bump move and kills the roach. We've seen similar things like this in other holes, not using the dagger, I don't think. I think Themsel Took did it in Outings with a Delver, possibly using the spear. Or maybe it was just the sword. Yeah, maybe it was just a sword. And then need a bit more leverage, and then how am I gonna... Oh, it doesn't need to be level with the mimic, right? Of course. And then the same thing should happen. Should happen on this side. Again, we bump to the southeast, and this mimic kills the southeast monster. Move over here, bump to the southwest, and it does the same. And then we can put it into there and turn off that seeding beacon. Very nice, cool, fun room. Just a demonstration of bumping mechanics if you haven't seen some stuff like that before. I'm starting to wonder if I even care about this job anymore, you know? Like, what's the point of it all? Come on, you know that criticism is important. You taught me that. The Empire can't be perfect if it isn't able to critique itself. But what's the point of criticizing anything, even if everything is already supposed to be perfect. We criticize because perfection strives for constant improvement. It doesn't matter that there's nothing to improve. Our job is the most important in all the Empire. It's also futile. Yeah, that's what makes it so important. Hey, you aren't thinking of leaving, are you? No, just not really sure what to think right now. Ooh, That Delver is such a doofus anyway. Can you picture him trying to navigate through Mr. Twiddle's lair? No, player roll is reset to B-throw for this one room due to bug in player roll behavior. Okay. Yeah, that's an unfortunate limitation of the kind of scripting within DROD. So what's going on here? I need to, well, someone steps on this tile, which opens up all the arrows here, and then I need to get 2 monsters here and 2 monsters here, and yeah, and then I need for one monster to be a bump move. Yeah, okay. I think I see what's going on here. In the first timeline, I'm gonna go and open up the arrows, and I'm gonna have a golem and a roach on either side here, which is not too difficult to set up. Like so. I'm then going to stand here, stab the roach, and then the time clone will perform a bump move on the golem. This is important. This then allows me to leave and hit the seeding beacon. Now when I reset, I make sure that I'm closer to the monsters here, and so I drag the golem with me to the south. This allows real B-throw to make a bump move. Because if we let time clone B-throw make a bump move at the top here, then real B-throw would get trapped on these doors, on these arrows, sorry. And then what's happening here is, despite the, what this little shadow is showing us, the time clone will again make a bump move, just as we've seen mimics do. It repeats its exact move from, that it did in its original timeline. So it makes a bump move to the southeast, like so, and then goes and hits the seeding beacon. And we can do exactly the same here. We stab the first roach and then bump the rock golem and clear the room. Cool. This was a very kind of lenient use of the time clone. Like, you don't have to perform any shenanigans with holding up the time clone and making sure that the time clone can actually do something, and you're really messing with the past timelines. No, this is pretty simple. One thing I do want to test though is, can you even mess with past timelines in the same way? Like, if I'm moving upwards like this, so if I stand here and then try and attempt to make an upward move, if I'm then using my time clone to, I need to actually, if I then use, real B-throw to block time clone B-throw from making this northward move, ordinarily what would happen is, yeah, that's interesting. Ordinarily, if he wasn't using a dagger, this B-throw would just bump the real B-throw. Time clone B-throw would bump real B-throw and then move once real B-throw is out of the way. But because time clone B-throw is using a dagger, he just stabs real B-throw to death. Interesting. I haven't really actually considered that before, but it makes sense. Right. Okay. What's going on here? So... Right, we need a... Oh, and this is shallow water. Yeah, we need a thin ice path over the shallows and the deep water, so that the tar babies can traverse this area and come across. So I have got the help of a mimic. So I'm thinking maybe... I mean, I can't make a diagonal move, unfortunately, but... Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit harder than ordinarily, because I can't... It doesn't seem super easy to actually push... Yeah, it's not going to be super easy to actually push this fluff onto the rock golem. In fact, I'm not sure if it's possible at all. We might have to use attraction to the mud babies to do that. And in fact, yeah, in fact, the fluff here is actually never going to be attracted to the mud baby. Or is it? Yeah, actually it might be. If I rotate it. Yeah, there we go. So I can actually get the fluff to move onto this rock golem and form a thin ice block here. And then I actually don't think the rest of this should be too difficult to set up. Yeah. No, this should be fine now. I do need to make sure that there are some... Yeah, this is... Yeah, the rock golem moves before the puff, which means that I can't get it to... I can't get it to... I can't get this puff to die underneath this rock golem. But what I can do is I can form thin ice there and then pull the other rock golem up, right? So... I do that, and then, yeah, the only thing is I kind of want to make sure that the tar babies aren't doing anything there, aren't coming up. Because I don't think that's really what I want. That might be fine though. Yeah, unfortunately the puff is attracted to the mimic here and not the player, because the mimic moves after the player, and the way things work is that monsters are attracted to the thing which moves last in the turn order. Yeah, I might have to do this in a different order in order to get something to actually die on this tile. I might need to do the top golem first. I did the bottom golem first and opened up the roach the roaches, but the tar babies. But maybe I want to open these things up first. Yeah, the problem is that none of these are going to be attracted enough to the... Like, all of these are going to target the mimic rather than the tar baby. So I am going to have to free them at some point. And it would just be easier to free them now. Like that. And have them go and kill the... Or go and step on this rock golem to form thin ice. Now, rather than later. That just feels easier. I can do that. Maybe that's what I want. Then I'm still leaving a blob. Maybe not, though. Yeah, I think I need to have one of these, what I want is one fluff to be higher up like that. So now one of those fluffs kills... I think I want it to be on this square, maybe. Yeah, no, that's still not quite right. I want this puff, sorry, to be here. And then this puff to kill the mimic. And then this final puff is attracted to B-throw and then stands on this tile. And then I stand, to B-throw, to the player. And then I stand in line with this column so that the rock golem goes and stands on this shallow water tile and creates a thin ice. So maybe yeah, there we go. No, I don't want... That's annoying. There we go. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And now we can... I don't think you actually needed to get those tar babies all the way out like that. So maybe I just felt like doing... yeah, that's a good point, actually. I could have just pushed the tar babies into the water using the mimic if I had the bridge set up, like, here. I'm happy with that solution, though. It's quite nice. Tough. This one was definitely the toughest room in the level so far. I hope my commentary, like, carried on. I felt like I was silent at times during that room, but yeah, pretty fun room. Puffs can be difficult to deal with, especially like having to deal with their attraction and what exactly, like, how they figure out what they're attracted to. But I think it's mainly okay in this room just because there are only like a couple of elements which really it could be attracted to. It's either B-throw or the mimic or the tar baby, and it's very obvious which one it's attracted to based on its movement patterns. So yeah, that was fine. Stupid, like, why are you afraid of a bit of shallow water? Get robes, wood. Unpleasant. You have a point. I'd better stay out of the shallow water too. Right. Okay. So the mimic, the player, and the Omp-Click, neither of which will step in the shallows. Okay. So how am I gonna deal with this? I guess like that. Right, yeah. So I can do that. And then do that. Okay, well, I just kind of stumbled on the solution. Just use, I guess this one just used basic Omp-Click movement order patterns and stuff. And just remembering that I can place and noticing that I can place because of this mirror's initial starting position, that I can place a stepping stone on this square here so that I could actually, I didn't need this door to be open. Is kind of the main thing that this room relied on. Pretty easy though. Okay. This speed potion is intended for decorative use only. Only used in case of emergency or excessive frustration with Omp-Click manipulation. Yeah, so with the speed potion, I can just clear the room like. How? Oh, it's just to help you make things a bit easier. So again, I need to perform a bump move, and a way you can perform a bump move is by having an Omp-Click looking at you. Omp-Click beams cause you to make a bump move. So I'm going to kill one of them just to make it a bit easier on myself. Yeah, I mean, annoyingly. Yeah, so I think I need the Omp-Click actually to be standing here. And then, if it then... Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, then I can do something like that. So this is a move you can do with the... That's still actually not exactly what I want, because I can't actually get out of that position. But yeah, this trick is something you can't really do with any other... with any other monster. Interesting, like... You move north, so you're facing north, but the Omp-Click moves before you orientate yourself north. That's really weird. I don't know about that. That's very odd, because ordinarily, like, yeah, okay, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, this is a bit annoying though. The manipulation here is slightly frustrating. Mainly because, like, well, I can get it to here, but then what? Then it does nothing. Because it doesn't help me at all. Maybe yeah, I don't think I can get the Omp-Click to not follow me in the direction that I want to go. Like, maybe actually. Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, I can't get the Omplic thing following me down this side. And in fact, that wouldn't work anyway. Ideally, I want the Omplic to be standing on, like, this tile. Well, this tile. When I'm down here, and that would make things way easier. But I'm not sure whether I can actually pull that off. This is the type of stuff I don't really care for in rooms, just like... Just sort of... It's not blind manipulation, or, you know... Like, I understand what's going on here, but it's just not... I understand what I need to get to, like the kind of room situation that I need to be in, like my final sort of, my final, I don't want to say my final destination because that's obviously dumb, but yeah. And then I have actually managed to get my Omplic to not get caught. Or not follow me around and die on a hot tile, and instead it's got caught in this spot here, which is even more frustrating because I needed it to be here. So, like, yeah, I don't do that Omplic. I might just take the speed potion. I feel like what I tried over here, like, is pretty close. Like, having it start on this tile there, and then step with me. And maybe I just need to do it on the other side. I don't know if I can set it up on the other side, though. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I don't think so. I guess like that. But then I'm in exactly the same place, which is here, and I can't actually escape from this situation. Which is, you know, what I wanted to do earlier, so... Yeah, this is a frustrating one. I might just, yeah, I'm gonna just take the speed potion. I can try this one again at the end if I'm, you know, really struggling. But I think with this speed potion, I can just do this. Which is way easier, and that's what I wanted to do. Kind of initially, and I'm not sure if that's possible to set up without the speed potion. Like, without the speed potion, you might have to have the Omplic attacking you from the bottom rather than the top. But with the speed potion, you can set that up pretty simply. But It's a similar sort of concept as we've seen a number of times throughout the rest of the level, which is just a bump move, basically. We've got one more room left. And that's this room with the goblin. Yeah, manipulating goblins with the dagger is kind of weird. And yeah, we're not actually allowed to do any rotation here. But I think you need to just make sure that you keep a good amount of distance between yourself and the goblin. I think is the main sort of teaching point. Yeah, I do need. Obviously, I can't go and step in these snake chambers. I need the goblin to do that for me. I don't know how. I think I probably looks like I'm gonna need to. Yeah. This is an interesting one. I think I always need to be like 2+ moves away from the goblin. Because once it gets to here, if I try and move south, then I just kill it. So I need to be at least 2 moves away. So I can do stuff like that and move around like north to south, keeping the goblin at a constant 2 moves distance. And I actually can do that as well. Use a kind of diagonal motion to kind of get a similar effect. But that's not going to help me in terms of actually pushing the goblin in the direction I want it to go. That might, though. Yeah, maybe. Now that I have a bit of offset, now I might be able to actually do something. Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah, I can use a bump move again. That's what we've been doing the entire level. Why did I forget how to do it in this room? Yeah, right. So I can just use a bump move to reorient myself. I don't need to be... I don't need to be facing, like moving to reorient myself. I can't obviously rotate, but I can make bump moves, and so... That should actually be enough for me to then figure out what I'm doing in this room. Because I can therefore be 1 space away from the goblin like this without killing it like that. Because I can just bump northeast. And then the goblin moves away from me because of where my sword is. And then I can go and put it in the other serpent chamber. Like that. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, a bit of a brain block on the last room. But yeah, I managed to figure it out eventually. And yeah, get this level done. This level, pretty easy for the most part. Pretty straightforward. Once you kind of figured out, there's a lot of bump moves in pretty much, well, this room, this room, this room, this room, and this room. So all but... Oh. Not this room, yeah. All but 3 of the rooms had contained sort of bump moves as a central premise. And so once you kind of are familiar with how you can make the player or a double do a bump move, you know, it kind of sorts itself out. It's not too difficult. So yeah, but fun level, like Honestly, daggers don't get used very much in custom holds. I mean, I think when I was watching Chaco's Let's Play of Outings with the Delver years ago, I'm pretty sure Alex said that the joke of the dagger level or the dagger room in one of the levels in Outings with the Delver is that there aren't actually that many things that you can do with a dagger, so it's kind of a bit of a redundant weapon. And then, there are things you can do with a dagger, but I do get his point. Like, in comparison to the sort of cool multi-pushes and stuff like uses for cutting tar and gel and stuff that you have with the other weapons introduced in the 5.0 engine, the dagger does seem to be the odd one out. Although there are things you can do with the dagger which obviously you can't do with any other weapon, so it's pretty fun, and it does kind of make sense to have a dagger weapon. It's essentially like a souped up version of a swordless Slayer player role. And the body kill mechanic has been in the game since player roles have been in the game. So yeah, I mean, lots of mileage out of the dagger in this level, and yeah, pretty fun. So next time we'll be moving on to the 4th level of the hold, and yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you then.